What's going on, family? Listen, I'm excited about another episode of Unscripted. I want you to get ready. This is your boy, Derek L. McRae, coming to you. We're going to talk today about some interesting topics. We're going to make sure we enrich you. We're going to entertain you. We're going to empower you. So get everybody you know, call them and tell them jump in real quick because we're getting ready to turn this thing up. It's going to be unscripted. What's going on, good people? Listen, it's Friday. It's the beginning of the weekend, a really exciting time. I don't know about you, but I pray that everything's been going well. Like literally you're enjoying life. So much has happened, man. Playoffs are kicking off this week. As you all know, the Cowboys are playing. And so that's right. It's time to get ready because them boys about to ball out this weekend. We're going to destroy the 49ers. Matter of fact, y'all had a lot of comments to say about the video I put out the other day where literally I was showing my smooth dance moves. It was smooth dance moves, you know, so some of y'all dance all hard and y'all be bending all over and hurting your backside and stuff. Nah, I'm smooth. I can't sweat while I dance. But it was all in fun, all talking about the Cowboys, great times and great things are happening. Listen, we got a lot to talk about today. Literally, we're in another great week of this brand new year, 2022. Great things are kicked off. Even greater things are going to happen. And as you've been seeing, I've been trying to talk to y'all a lot about just getting our minds right for 2022 because there's so many great things to be released for this year. But I am convinced that you cannot receive anything that you don't prep for. If there is no preparation, you should not have any anticipation. If there is no preparation, there's no need for any anticipation. And so today we're going to dive in today because I want to talk to you all about securing this bag today. That's a topic that's on the minds of so many individuals, talking about just how do we secure the bag? How do we secure the bag? Like what does that really mean nowadays? I remember when I came out of college, Florida A&M University, right, 1997. When I came out, I had a lot of ambitions, a lot of goals. You know, they tried to catch me up when I was in school with them credit cards. But, something about me just said, no, man, don't do the credit card thing because you didn't want that interest in debt later on. But when I got out, I was so into making sure that I became rich. I put all that unnecessary pressure in my life. You know how we all do it. That pressure that says, by the time I turn 25, I'm going to be doing this. By the time I turn 27, I'm going to be doing this. By the time I turn 30, here it is for most of us, I'm going to be a millionaire. And so I was really focused and locked in on becoming a millionaire by the age of 30. And so when I came home, I never forget this. I met some people down in Orlando when I came back to the crib, and they was successful people doing some successful work. And one of the individuals introduced me to this pyramid scheme. Yeah, about all y'all have done it before too. But this pyramid scheme that really showed me how to flip money fast and how to really advance my life, achieve some of those things that I want. And so when I saw how quick they could turn this money around, I immediately jumped in and started making moves and decisions. And here's the truth. It worked for me for the first cycle. Literally, I threw my money in. I threw in, I think, $1,400. I came back with like $16,000. And I was like, man, this is my way of becoming a millionaire. And so I kept jumping in. I kept inviting my friends in, only to find that the more money I invested, that thing crashed. And when it crashed, I lost everything I thought I had ever thought about investing into it. It showed me something. It showed me that as fast as we trying to gain stuff, even increase has a process. I'm gonna say that again. Even increase has a process. I had quick money, but anybody that know anything about quick money, that quick money goes just like it comes, quick. I gained it fast. I lost it fast. I think the only thing I was able to do with that money that I had gained was I bought this MX-6 car that I had. It was a nice green MX-6 car with some nice peanut butter interior seats. It was a nice looking car for real. Like I missed that car, but it was nothing for longevity, nothing that lasted. And my golden question for us is, I know what you want, but what you're doing, is it durable? Will it last? Can you really pull this off for the duration of the goal? Because in most occasions, It will not. Here's what I've learned, and I live by this policy. Tricks do work, they just don't last. I'm gonna say that again. Tricks do work, they just don't last. And many of us are in trickery type of behavior contents, hoping to get to these goal lines, only to find out that a trick knows how to extend a goal line. It knows how to push that goal further down the street. Tricks usually are laced with disappointment. They're laced with failures. They're laced with no other plan in place. And so I want to challenge you all. Let's really put things into place so we really can secure the bag. Matter of fact, let's jump into this discussion today, because securing the bag is not a bad thing. Let's get that first. Securing the bag is not a bad thing. I even went and looked up securing the bag. And when I looked up in Urban Dictionary what was securing the bag, it talked about being anything that you want, securing anything that you want. The bag is about getting anything you want. So securing it is really talking about getting the money so you can have whatever it is that you're desiring. I want to first say to you, I am not against us having desires. I think it's necessary for me to say that again. I'm not against us having desires. And, I think it's natural to have desires. If you are a human being that does not have a desire, really is some questions about personalities, momentum, surroundings, communities that you really got to face, because all of us should want to desire something, and what we should want to desire is better. So there's nothing wrong with securing the bag because you want better. The question becomes, how are we going about securing this bag? Because a lot of us are trading in our morals. Some of us are sleeping for our bags. Some of us are cheating for our bags. Some of us are robbing for our bags. Some of us are breaking relationships for our bags. Some of us are doing some illegal practices for our bags. So there's nothing wrong with securing the bag. The question is, how are you securing the bag? Like, do you trust yourself enough? Do you trust the goals about you? Do you trust who you are? Do you believe that you qualify and that you have the character build up and you have the components, the ingredients that are necessary for you to indeed secure the bag? And so when we start thinking about this year, I want all of us to have a bag securing type of mentality. One of my themes for this year is that if it don't profit me, I'm not really going to subscribe to it this year. I'm not getting involved with things that don't have a mutual benefit. And I that's a challenge that I'm going to challenge all of you all to have this year. If it does not have a mutual benefit, don't waste your time on things that don't have a mutual benefit. Don't spend your time on things that, this is not a season for you to just pour out and be empty. Yeah, matter of fact, let's graduate beyond that. We're not pouring out and becoming empty anymore. This is a time that we're going to pour out, but you should also be poured into. And I want you to feel comfortable in having expectations for your investments. Only fools invest money without any expectation of returns. And I want you to keep that concept together this year as you're kind of walking forth in your goals this year, that it's okay to want things, but just make sure that what you want and what you give has some type of return on investment. And so let's look out for us this year. Look out for yourself this year. You owe it to yourself that next year you won't be on the same platform or the same level that you're on. You're not in the same dimension next year. And so in order for you to really accomplish that, you got to start looking for healthy relationships that have the abilities to also have dual increase. So I want you to increase, but not only do I want you to increase, but I want to increase. And if you don't want me to increase, but you want me to help you increase, there's a problem with your character. There's a problem with the relationship. And I really need to figure out how to separate from you who don't have the same desires for me to experience the level of increase. And so when we start talking about healthy relationships, let's deal with that for a moment, because when we're talking about securing the bag, one of the things we got to learn to do in 2022, we have to learn how to have healthy relationships with banking institutions. Banking institutions. How do we have healthy relationships with banking institutions? For so many years, I only considered my bank to be a place to cash checks and to hold my money before I go spend it. But as I've grown a little bit and the Lord has blessed me to be a little bit better financially stable, I've learned that banking is so much more than a place to cash my check and a place to hold my money and occasionally get myself a little credit card. No, banking it can be the key to so many successful releases in your life. We're talking about from the standpoint of also getting loans. Like I used to think all the time, like, how are these people opening up so many businesses? Like who has the money to start all these different capital funds? And I started learning that it wasn't even so much about what your capital, what your cash was like. It wasn't always about the cash flow as much as it was about that I had established a relationship. And when I established this relationship, it really helped me be able to invest in some stuff that I did not have yet. Bankers, lending institutions, they really look at the character of the person more than they're looking at so much of the cash that you have on hand. Like your credit is important this year. So let's start cleaning up some credit. Don't start talking about I'm securing the bag this year, but your credit is jacked up. Because what you're going to do is you're going to find yourself in such a trip up where you're always trying your hardest to gain more income and you're trying to do so much, but you keep spending money out and you're going to have extended broke seasons because nobody trusts your abilities to lend you money. And so I want to challenge you this year. We're talking about healthy relationships with banks. When you're going to your bank this year, don't just take advantage of the ATM. Don't just take advantage of the drive-through. Yeah, this is not a season for you to be lazy. Cut the car off. Get out the car. Close that door. Go in there with something that don't have slides on and hoodies and jeans. Walk in there and look a little professional and get in the habit of shaking the hands. Well, we're in COVID season, so you can't shake hands quite right now. But you can shake eyes. Yeah, let's try that. Go in there and shake eyes. How do you shake eyes? Hey. You go in and you shake your eyes and stuff, but you go in and you become relational with people. This is a year that your relationships are going to do much more and it's going to gain you much more than people responsibility. People, when they see responsibility, they really start putting that back off on you. But when they see relationships, they feel entitled now to help you out. And so one of the things that I do, I go into the banks and I shake hands when I go into the banks. I talk to people when I go into the banks. I try my hardest to become friends. I ask about their families and see how people are going, how people are doing that concern them. Because there are a lot of opportunities that come through our lending institutions, our financial institutions, a lot of opportunities that come through that we do not know. And because we don't know, we don't always qualify for those things. And when we don't have like it's so much that is happening that could help your business. But because you don't have a healthy relationship with them, you don't know that. There's so much that could advance your goals and your dreams and your vision. But because you don't have a healthy relationship with your financial institutions, you don't know that. And so it's not that they're trying to keep us out. I'm talking to our people of color. It's not that they're trying to keep us out. A lot of times we didn't spend time investing in, having what we call those corny conversations sometimes. Maybe it's not your vibe or your hood or your posse. It may not be your tribe. It may not be the people that you hang with, your clique and your cliches. It may not be those individuals. But this is a season about advancing. So therefore, sometimes I got to change my personality when I go in certain places to get what I'm looking for out of the whole scope. And so those banking relationships are really important. So I want you to have a healthy banking relationship. So I want to challenge you. Let's start going in to the teller, reading the name on the shirt and talking to that person and saying, hey, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, listen, even if their head look jacked up, give them a compliment. Like, oh my gosh, your edges are trimmed. Look at you. Who did that to you? Oh my gosh, talk to them, tell them, say, hey, I know last week I came in, you was blonde. This week you came in, you got a red hair. Hey, wow, big change is taking place. Or maybe you got one of those girls that is there from one of the islands and you tell her, hey girl, I loving your locks, baby. You're looking good. All I'm saying to you is figure out something to say. And here's the truth. Sometimes we don't go into certain places because we don't feel like dealing with attitudes. But I promise you, if you give a compliment, you will always break down that person who has an attitude. I've walked in many times, man, and seen people who was having a bad day, and they was like, next. When I came up, I was like, man, wow, that's awesome, man. How you got those 12 gold teeth across the front of your mouth? That is nice. I never knew your name was Ranifa. But you figure out something to say. You figure out something to do just to say, hey, what's going on? But it broke the mold, y'all. Use your creativity, your charisma, your character. Use those things to build healthy relationships. The second thing that I learned is that we got to do this. We got to make sure that this year we properly resolve debt. Now, this is something real critical for our community because a lot of times we've been taught, pay your bills, pay your bills, pay your bills. And that's good to pay your bills, but don't pay your bills to where you broke. Because when you broke, it's going to push you back to those cash advance locations. You're going to start pushing back to cash advance. And what happens is, as you have temporary funds, you have long-term commitments, and you're now paying double money for things because of the fact that you just wanted to pay everything off. Listen, it's good to have a little debt on you. I'm going to say that again. It's good to have a little debt. Have manageable debt this year. Manageable and controllable debt. Let there be a credit line. Listen, sometimes it's good for you to have a little something on your credit line, just so they know how you can manage credit. You can manage debt. And so I want to challenge you all this year. Let's properly resolve debt. It's not the goal just to pay everything off. It's the goal to get it into a place where our interest rates are lower. It's a goal to get into places where we are really able to manage our funds and still manage our opportunities. It's a place that we're able to even have some money saved to the side so we're able to invest in something new. And you can't do that by being debt free, because some of y'all need to be honest. Yes, you're debt free, but you also are broke. And we don't want to be broke. We want to be in a manageable condition. And that's the verbiage I want you to gather this year. Let's be manageable. The third thing that I want to talk to you about is that we really have to establish a budget plan this year. A real budgeting plan. Like let's real be honest this year with our budgeting plan. Let's set goals this year. Let's set goals. Like, what is your financial goal this year? Let's talk about our financial goals this year. Let's talk about what's important to us this year. Here's another key piece. Let's set boundaries this year. So my rule is this. I don't buy one of anything that I can't buy three of. That's the way I live by. If I want to buy that jacket, I got to be able to afford to buy three of them. If I can't buy three of them, I can't buy one of them. Because whatever I purchase will not put me into a rut. And I need y'all to catch that, because we love to spend money. The question is, are we properly spending money the correct way? There's nothing wrong with your spending. Make sure that your spending does not leave you in deficits. It does not leave you in a rut. It does not leave you striving and looking to rob Peter to pay Paul. So this year, let's set boundaries. Like tell yourself, if you're going shopping, cool, go get you some nice new clothes. But don't let that be your drive. Like stop investing our monies. Don't invest big monies into things that depreciate instantly. That's why I don't even like buying brand new cars. Yeah, I don't buy brand new cars. One time I bought his and her brand new cars for me and my wife. And that was like, it was cute for the day. The pictures looked nice for the day. But the truth is, man, the moment I drove off that lot, I lost a lot of money from a brand new car just to say, ooh, you smell the new car smell to this car? And some of y'all get so impressed with other people's responses. And that's why you broke the day, because you're more concerned about what other people got to say about your finances and about what you look like you doing. No, here's the truth. I don't have to buy a new car no more. I just pull up to the car wash and ask at the end of the car wash, could you please add new car fragrance to my car? And guess what? It's sufficient. It works well enough. It smells brand new to me. I don't care who's in it last. I got my Clorox wipes that I wipe down on that steering wheel and on my seats. And listen to me, I go vacuum that carpet out and throw some new car in there and bump the dumb junk. You be picking at me because my car ain't brand new. I don't have 10 miles on my car. But guess what I do have? I got $10,000 in my pocket. And so I'm saying to you all, let's set boundaries. Let's set goals. Here's another key piece. Let's set benchmarks. How do you know how well you're doing if you don't know how well you're doing? You can't know how well you're doing unless you set proper benchmarks in place to say, you know what? I started out like this and now I'm here. And I think that's a song. Started from the bottom and now I'm here. Is that the song? No. It's kind of the song? Yeah. So they ain't, back then you didn't want me and now I'm hot, y'all on me. That's the song. All right. It don't matter. All I'm saying to you is this. You got to know what your progress looks like. All right. Your progress should be part of your process. Your progress should be part of your process. Don't be talking about you in no process. Oh, I'm in a process, but you have no progress. Now, you ain't in no process. You stagnated. You stuck, joker. You ain't got crap going on for your life. So I'm saying to you that if you're in a process, make sure the process is moving. Come on, say that with me. My process is moving. I'm a pastor, so I say stuff like that, like turn to your neighbor. Everybody turn real quick. And if you're driving, don't turn because you may crash. But I want you to say it to yourself. My process will be my progress. I'm going to grow this year. I'm going to do some things. So I got to set benchmarks. Set yourself with benchmarks that are really achievable. Don't lowball yourself, but don't set yourself up to be disappointed by your own inabilities to perform. So set up benchmarks that work for you. And the last thing in this point is I also want to talk about establishing accountability partners. I know sometimes we want to have cheering squads, but some of the best individuals I've ever run into in my life were those who are accountability partners, those who challenge me. Just the other day, matter of fact, Monday, took a quick trip to Miami real quick, flew down, had a talk with my mentor down there for about 6 hours. And man, he just challenged the heck out of us. Like, he gave me some strong verbiage that wasn't comfortable. It didn't make me look good. It was nothing for me to boast about myself. It didn't give me no pat on the back or no kudos. And sometimes, man, y'all, we need to get off the pacifiers for real. And sometimes we need to get our thumb out of our mouth and just man up or woman up so we can stop looking for everybody to always be so validating to us. And really start catching on that sometimes we need some people that sometimes just slap us in our face. Don't slap them for real. First of all, because of COVID. Second of all, I don't know how your hands are registered, so you might get your behind whooped for slapping somebody. But have moments where you literally begin to put people in your life who have an authority and ability to critique you. Now, let's back up on the critique word too. Because in order for you to be critiqued, or in order for somebody to critique you, make sure they have something that sits in their resume that says that they're able to do what they're telling you to do. Because a lot of us have taken advice from people who do not qualify to give it. Too many of us have been listening to people who got so much to say, and the reason why they are not achieving anything is because they're always talking about what you need to be doing. Yeah, let's cancel them people this year. Matter of fact, elevate your life to a place where you're only listening to people who have results, people who have done something. Maybe they didn't accomplish what you're working on, but they accomplished something that is of to be noted, something that to be recognized, something to be honored, something to be really looked upon as great achievement. So I want to challenge you all this year. Let's get some accountability partners. It may be a family, maybe a friend. It may be somebody else. Matter of fact, go get yourself a mentor this year. Find somebody that is not in your circle that you still recognize and honor. Somebody that matter of fact, get comfortable this year with honoring people who don't hang with you, so that you'll always have your appetite set that somebody is greater than you. It's a humbling place to know that we don't hang, but I see your work. That's humbling. That's really uplifting to you and your character to recognize that you're not the only one doing something good. And so let's find ourselves this year some accountability partners, those that we literally partner in with, that we do work with, that we say, you know what, I need you to hold me accountable. Have that conversation with them. This year, I want you to help me be accountable. Matter of fact, for all my singles out there, here it is. I want you to date your mission. Date what you want to become. Let me give you an example for that. So if you are trying to get a new car this year because you need a new car, how about you take that effort and name that effort? So maybe your effort is called BMW. All right. So that's what you want. I want a BMW 528 this year. Right. So if that's what you want, how about you take all your monies and every time they want to go to dinner or something, or let's go to the club or let's go hang out, you say, no, I got to put the same money that I was putting into BMW. So this year, me and BMW got to go home. They'd be like, what is that? You're talking about your goal. You're talking about your efforts. You'll be surprised how quick you get to your goals by sacrificing some of your desires. I'm going to say it again. You'll be surprised how quick you get to your goals by simply sacrificing some of your desires. It's not hard to obtain money. It's hard to put it in the right places, because that requires a muscle called discipline that many of us do not have, because our desire for entertainment and our desire for infatuations and our desire for other people to recognize our accomplishments before we have actually accomplished tends to erode our abilities of being who we say we can be. I want to challenge you. Put some accountability partners around you. Get some friends that tell you, man, you spend too much money on this. Get some people around you that say, man, you know what? You could be doing better with your money if you just stop doing this. And then swallow that pride thing and actually listen to them. Know that you're surrounded yourself with people that love you, so they're not out for you. They're not in competition with you. They're not hating on you. They're not your challenge. They're not they're not your enemy. They're not your Lord of the Rings competitors. No, these are individuals who care for you, and they also have been given permission to help you become what you believe that you have the abilities to become. So this year, I know we're looking forward to tax season. Listen, don't go buy no big TVs and no big cars because you got your tax check. That's stupid. Take that money, put that money in proper positions that can help you later. Store it up someplace. Put it in a mutual fund. Man, take a little bit and spend, but take a lot of it and invest. Look at tax season as a savings account, not as a Christmas fund. You know how it is. So we save money up all year long for Christmas. Then we get to Christmas, we just deplete our entire bank account because it was all Christmas funds. I want to challenge y'all this year, man. Let's save that money. Matter of fact, let me give you a plan. Take 10% and give it to the church. All right. Take another 5% and give it to the church for offerings. That's your tithing offerings covered. All right. We still got 85% left. All right. Take 20% and go splurge. Got me? We still got 65% left. Invest all 65%. 20% splurge, 5% offering, 10% tithe. Go splurge on the rest of it. Spend it until it's gone, because you've already put something to the side so that next year you don't look like this year. All right. Listen, I got to get ready to get up out of here because a lot's been going on. But today I want to highlight a bank that I think is great. All right. New on the radar, but they're doing some amazing things. They really are working products for you. I want y'all to go check out my friends over at Valley Bank. All right. Valley, 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 V as in victory, bank. Go check them out because they got some products that I think is sensitive to business owners. When you go, tell them Bishop Derek McRae sent you. They don't know me by Derek McRae. Just say Bishop Derek McRae. Tell them I sent you. They're going to take good care of you. Listen, if you're in Central Florida area, Lynetta Sneed is the bomb. Go check her out. Her and my guy James over there are doing some amazing works. But I want y'all to go check out Valley Bank. Again, don't send them an email. Walk in the office, shake their hands, let them know your name, your company, your vision, what you plan on doing. And I promise you, it's going to be great. I love my friends over at Valley Bank. They're doing some great things. And Valley, I'm looking forward to the future together. Here's my going away present for you all. Y'all got it. I know it's after Christmas and I hear that siren in the background, but that's what it is. We're on the podcast, so we cool. So here it is. I want you all to prepare yourselves to do a few things. Number one, we're going to run out our budget this year. Let's write that budget out. By the time you talk to me again on Friday, matter of fact, I want to hear from you all in your emails. Tell me about how this budget planning is going. Let's write out a budget. Number two, I need us to go on a financial fast. I dare you to try just 30 days of spending only on necessities. All right. So the financial fast. Number three, I want y'all to create a banking relationship. I already told you, go check out my friends over at Valley. And number four, let's identify a financial planner. Find somebody to help you spend your money and save your money. If you don't have nobody, my guy, Claudio Gammon, is the bomb. Well, I'm getting up out of here, y'all, and I'm rushing because I got to get ready for the playoffs because the Dallas Cowboys, baby. The Dallas Cowboys, baby. The Dallas Cowboys, baby. We're in the playoffs. Shake, rattle, and roll. Like Rocket said, I know you got soul. So listen, I want y'all to get ready. It's going to be a great weekend. Share this with somebody else and tell them. Check me out on YouTube as well. Make sure you click that button on that bell, ding, and get all the updates. Every Friday we dropping, 7 a.m. I love y'all for real. Listen, you ain't got to go. No, you don't have to go, but I do. All right, I'll holler at y'all later. Until next week, take care. God bless. Peace.